Welcome to Sisterhood of the Traveling Pans. I'm Jessica, and these are my co-hosts, my Traveling Pans. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to invite some great guests who have great stories and share some recipes. But I thought we'd spend this first couple of episodes getting to know each other a little better. Now, anyone that knows me knows one thing for sure. I love food. I love to cook food, I love to eat food, and I love to share food with family and friends. Some of my greatest memories are in the kitchen with my family and friends sharing stories. That's where the sisterhood was born from. I'm just like you guys. I'm a wife, a mom, a grandmother, an aunt, a cousin, and a friend. So I'm going to invite all of you into my kitchen. So I thought we'd start here. This is my kitchen where a lot of the action happens in my house. You'll hear me talk about my family. They're a big part of my inspiration. I always tell them you can dream big, and this is one of my dreams, so welcome in. I spent years in radio talking to people, sharing interesting stories, and my love for cooking, I've combined the two and come up with the sisterhood. So today I thought I'd share a little bit about me. Well, you'll hear me talk about my family. My fabulous husband of 29 years, Joe. We have 3 beautiful grown children. My bonus child, Jessika, who just happens to be the mom of my fabulous grandchildren, Nick and Dree. My oldest son, Chris, who's kind of on a new journey of his own as he's announced that he's having a baby in November. And last but not least, there's the baby of the family, JJ. So you'll hear about all of them. And I wanted to share a recipe today that's kind of inspired by my oldest son, Chris. Now on Sundays, you'll see Chris, he's like many people. He does the meal prep thing. So we're always calling him and he's prepping meals, but Chris does kind of lunch. I wanted to do a little take on something different. It's a breakfast prep meal. It's a breakfast quinoa bowl. So it's very versatile. It's an easy thing to do, and I think you're really gonna enjoy it. So I started with some chicken sausage, and I just kind of browned them in a pan. And quinoa is a grain, and it's really gotten popular lately. I know a lot of breakfast bowls, they do potatoes, and they have a high sugar content. So the quinoa, first of all, it's a grain, it's high in fiber and protein, so a lot of people really like it. And you can add some, it doesn't have its own flavor, you can kind of add flavors to it. So we've started with our sausage. I'm gonna add a little bit of, this is something new for me, avocado oil. It has a high heat content and doesn't add a lot of extra flavor like maybe a coconut oil would or an olive oil. So it's a little different, and I just started using this. So I put a little bit in the pan. I'm gonna add some onions. Now I like purple onions. They don't add, they don't have as harsh a taste as regular onions, and they add a little bit of color. I'm a firm believer that you eat first with your eyes. So I'm adding the purple onions, and we're just gonna add this all together. I've also chopped up some bell pepper. Now I'm using red, you can use green if you'd like. I like the taste of the red bell pepper. I've also got a yellow one that I'm gonna add in. Now the green is fine. It has a different flavor. I don't think it has as sweet a flavor, and it doesn't add as much color as some of the other ones. So I'm gonna add a little bit of a yellow bell pepper. Like I talked about quinoa, it is a grain, and it doesn't have a lot of flavor, but it adds a lot of texture to your meal. So that's gonna be a great base for this, this breakfast bowl. That you can add lots of things to. Now I've added mushrooms to it. I've done asparagus in it. You can add any kind of squash to it, and it just adds that extra flavor, and it also adds more vitamins. So we're gonna add this all together. You might wanna put a little bit of oil. We're just gonna add it till it's kind of translucent. Now, check this out. Look at all that great color. Fabulous. And you put it in a breakfast bowl in the morning. Don't make that stop at McDonald's. You can just pass that on by because you've got your own bowl. So we're going to cook this till it's translucent. Now let's talk a little bit about what I did with the quinoa. Let's turn this up. Earlier I fixed the quinoa, and it's really simple to cook. It's a 2-1, which means 2 parts liquid to 1 part of your quinoa. So I always cook mine in a little bit of chicken broth or chicken stock. You can use beef stock, or you can just use water. So I had 1 cup of quinoa to 2 cups. All you'll do is add it all together, bring it to a boil, cover it, and turn it on low. Takes about 20 minutes to cook. So mine is all cooked, you see, it's kind of soft. I can't even describe the texture of it. But that's gonna be the bottom of our base. Oh my God, it smells so delicious in here. so she could smell it. But look at all this color that you have. And starting out, like I said, first thing you always kind of eat with your eyes. And this is going to be good for you, but it looks amazing. So let's let that all together. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to it. And we're just about done. It's so easy. But this is a meal prep. So we're going to put these into bowls and have them ready. And what I like to do, oh my God, that smells delicious. When I build my bowl, see, you can already see the onions trying to get translucent. The peppers are picking up, and it smells amazing. So this is almost ready for us to build. So I'm going to build mine. I'm going to eat mine right now, but you're going to make it for a meal prep. So you start with your quinoa. You're just going to put it at the bottom of the bowl, just a little bit. And I had already browned some of my sausage that was already cooked through. And then you'll add on the top just add it on top of my bowl. That looks so delicious. And just to give it a little bit of freshness to it, I'm going to slice up a little bit of parsley. Just to sprinkle it on top. Oh my gosh, that looks so much better than what you get like when you go through the line, and I'm going to taste it for you. Now what you can do if you like to add a little more protein to it, put an egg, fry an egg. I've always done that, fry an egg, put it on top, eat it. Or you can do a boiled egg, you can do a poached egg, soft boiled egg, and add it on top. It adds more protein and it's really good for you. Let me taste. So delicious. Amazing. What I like about this is you can make it any way you want. I've had it with chorizo, kind of give it a Tex-Mex feel to it. You can brown the chorizo, put the same kind of things on top, put it on top, put your egg and put some hot sauce, and you have a Tex-Mex style. You can add regular pork sausage, you can use chicken sausage, turkey. It doesn't matter, it's going to give you great flavor. And adding that egg on top, amazing. So what you do is just buy these little bowls. Again, we're doing a meal prep. You're going to start with the quinoa. Then you've got your toppings. Seal it up, and it is ready to go. Meal prep. Breakfast on the go. Thanks for joining us for this Sisterhood of the Traveling Pans. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube page. So thanks for joining us on this episode, and remember, share a meal with a friend. Bye.